You ever have a dream that just pisses you right off? A dream where everything is sort of going right, but it ends with you miserable and everyone else more or less getting what they want. Let's more or less start from the beginning, even though dreams never really feel like they start from the beginning. So I'm in the middle of a class that is wandering around the school, and one of the guys, he's a great friend, and I love him, but for whatever reason in this specific dream, he sort of takes over the class, and he's getting me to perform and like dance like a monkey, if you will, and even wants me to tell a joke so that he can like give me a grade. And then I fuck the joke up. I don't even remember what the joke is. I think it had something to do with like, a cop, motorcycle, and pizza. So that's the thing. And I don't do the joke well because I wasn't properly prepared for it. We're kind of like in this weird transition, and it ends up being that I get like a text from my roommate, and I get a series of texts from him, but I can't understand them because he seems to be drunk. And apparently it's about his ex or something, and I guess there's nudes or something involved with her, but he's trying to hook up with this other girl that I think is supposedly, at one point I think it's his ex that he's talking about, but then I learn sort of from third parties that it's not his ex that he's trying to hook up with, but he's still talking about her. Like, again, maybe there's a way to find the nudes and there's like a password and an account name or something. I don't even know, man. But that like kind of is just frustrating in itself because you just can't figure out the details. The details are just lost. And, you know, considering the whole like roommate situation, I'm kind of, for some reason, we're transitioning into, I was hanging out with an old coworker at my place, but we both live with each other, and we at least learned that I've moved on from being a gamer who just like gets nothing done to somebody who's getting a little bit of stuff done. This is a little bit more reality based, it seems. But we reminisce about the fact that we used to play World of Warcraft together, even though neither of us that I'm aware of played World of Warcraft together. And towards the beginning, we would both sort of like follow each other around the house like lost puppies. And that was just like a weird segue, I think, because it seems like it's out of the blue, but it's still relevant somehow in this dream. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go like to bed essentially. But my house is not a house anymore. It's kind of like a dorm. And I'm walking down the hallway, and one of the girls who sleeps in like the room next to me, and when I say hallway, I mean like a hallway in a school, not a hallway in a dorm. Like, we're talking really wide and tall ceilings, essentially. You know, this is almost industrial sized hallway. I don't know why it's relevant, but I feel like it needs to be said. And she's like just finished washing her hands, and she turns around to me and she's just like, something is on her hands or something. And she effectively pantomimes that somebody supposedly gave somebody a blowjob in the sink or something along those lines. I don't know. See, this is where I find like recording this may or may not be a good idea because there's so little information that gives closure to any of this stuff. And so but nevertheless, you know, I continue down to my bedroom, and there's like a buddy I talk to every now and then. We say hi. Apparently he's concerned about what she said and that he thinks it may be relevant, and so I tell him, and he's like, oh crap, I'm not gonna wash my hands, at least in that sink. Like, good luck, find another sink somewhere. So then I'm like getting ready for bed, and you know, I always have crap all over my bed, and I have to move it off of my bed, and in this case I apparently just decide not to. And I noticed that there's a new girl in the other room. Like, there's like an opening between the rooms. This is probably very reminiscent of my actual life, considering that I live in the living room. So I can see that they have somebody over, and so I go and I start to talk to her and everything, and I'm like hitting on her hard. I am trying to hit her up quick and fast, and like within a minute, I am in that bed. We're both naked. We haven't had sex or anything, but at one point, we're just kind of laying under the covers. I got my hand on her ass, and one of my buddies who was at play with me, and I see him every now and then, he's not like mad, but he wants her to go. He wants her to leave, And I'm like, why does she have to leave? He's like, because I'm her math boyfriend. What? What the fuck is a math boyfriend? It's like, you're her boyfriend, but only in the math class? What? I don't understand. So, well, whatever. I can't, force her to stay. Again, she's naked, so she's gotta get dressed. I gotta fucking get dressed. At this point, I'm just kind of standing there watching the world go and do its thing around me. At one point, for some fucking reason, we start counting sheep, even though there's no sheep. And so we just start counting. It's like somebody's wearing a sheep shirt, and they're like, let's count me. And then we just start counting numbers, and I'm not counting. I don't fucking wanna. But everybody expects me to do it, and if I'm not, then they want me to sort of control the circumstances. Like, they're all looking to me for the answers for some reason, and I got nothing. So they all just kind of do their own chaotic fucking thing. One of which is they just start moving some stuff out of the house / dorm, whatever this place is. Like, I have storage in a certain area, but there's other people who have storage. So like, if you think of my room in the middle of a storage space and a bedroom, they have to go through my bedroom to go get storage space while also moving my own shit out of the way. And so everybody's moving my shit out of the way, and I'm just standing there like, what the fuck is going on? Why did I just get cock blocked? Why can't I fucking control my life?